Hi everybody, it's Jeannie from Clifton's Crafty Casa, and I'm on the Sacred Treasure House group event of horses. And so if you're watching me right now, you're watching the replay, put hashtag replay, I'd appreciate that. And I would thank you for being on my live, or watching my live. If you're not, if you see that red button up there that says live, that means you're watching the live show. So go ahead and comment. I love people to comment on my lives. It helps out so much. So I'm getting my paint palette together, and then we'll get started. I am going to stencil a horse today, and hopefully the background will work. We'll see. I might have to color in a little bit on the stencil. I'm not sure, but we're going to try it. We're going to try something a little bit new for me anyway. And I'm using a bunch of new paint that I got. This is called Deco Earth. It's from Deco Art Earth. And it's reclaimed paint that they've made into an acrylic paint. And so I am using this color palette today. I hope it works. I have this board. I better tell you what this board is. Let me get out my measuring tool here. And this is 11 1/4 by 19 1/4. A quarter of that, it comes with a frame, looks like this, and it fits inside, so I can do both sides of this and have it a double-sided project. So it fits in that, and then you have the side panels also fit in there, and they're the same. Okay, so I'm going to have a frame, and that's where the 1/4 inch, so it's really the part I can decorate is just the 1/4 inch change. Whoa, let's not put it in the paint, that's for sure. I've already had a paint problem today. So I gotta put this in before I put those on. But I'm not going to put, I'm going to do this without this on here, but I just wanted you to see how this fit like this. So it's a good, nice frame. All right. Okay. So, looks like I have been, hi Donna. Looks like I have been shared in the group. Okay. Let me, for some reason, okay, there we go. And, or I should be shared in the group. Yes, I am. And I want to share me out. If you would share me, that would be great. Hey, thank you very much. Thank you, Deborah, for sprinkling me out and sharing me in the group. Hello, Lisa Mary. That was beautiful today. Thank you, Donna, for being here. So I'm going to do my groups real quick, and then we'll get going. So I'm going to take this apart because I'm going to use, I need it flat on my board here. All right. So I'm going to start, first off, I live in the desert. So I have to start with water first on all of my wood because paint just soaks right in. It doesn't take much for this paint to just go in and not, I have to use so much. So this is plaster that I just put on here, and I've got some on myself already. I was trying to do it without being too much. I'm going to put you down. Thank you very much for being here. Please comment. It helps out. And if you'd like to do the likes or the hearts, that would be awesome too. So we are going to base coat this first with this plaster chalk paint from Waverly. I'm only doing one coat. I'm not trying to, I'm trying to get it all covered, but not, I'm not going to do 2 coats because I just don't need that much, because I'm going to put some more paint on top of that. And so, wow, today has been wonderful. We started off with Tanya this morning, and she had this beautiful arched piece of wood. I don't know how big it was, but it looked pretty big because she put a piece of long rice paper on it, and it didn't even, it covered half of it, maybe. She had a lot of sides on it. And she was going to put lace on it, and then she had a horse that she didn't get quite to on her live to put in the middle, but she showed it to us, so we were able to see what's going on. I can't wait to see what it looks like after she's done. I don't have to do the sides of this board because it will be in that frame. The sides, the top. And I'm not going to do the back because it might be something totally different that I might want to put on this back side. I might have put a cow on the back side. So we'll see. A horse and a cow. Could be a shelf sitter in the middle of your bar or somewhere where you have both sides visible. And that would be fun. So after Tanya was Jeannie, and she painted her horse. She's such a great painter. And she does it backwards, upside down, whatever it's called. I think it's upside down backwards. I don't know. She is so talented. And then after Jeannie, we had, let me think a minute. I wrote it all down. I'm not worried about this being dry because we're going to do a few other things now. I'm not going to use that brush because I want to use a smaller brush that I can use with some dabbing motion. I'm going to get my brush wet. And you guys, I have forgotten again. I need to put my earphones in. Let me see who else is here. Lots of people. Thank you very much. Hey, Wanda, how are you? Thank you for the rose. That's nice. And Julie is here. Hello. Hello, Tanya. Thank you for sprinkling. Appreciate it. Okay. So my horse is going to be mostly right here, and I've got a saying to put down here. So I want to do some different colors. I'm going to try this color up here, and I'm going to use a lot of water. And of course, my husband decided that he would do a little vacuuming. So you can't even see that. And so let me put it down here. So I'm going to just paint a little pink up here. I kind of want it to be like a sunset. And then I'm going to take a dry Clorox wipe, and I'm just going to dab at it. I'm just doing some organic shapes, not necessarily doing, and let's get in some of that orange. Let's bring the orange over here. We'll bring some orange over here. We'll go up to the top. Kind of blend it in. sound is making me crazy. So I'm just blending that in. We have 10 people. Let's get it shared out there a little bit. I need a little bit more people on here. I'm going to use a little bit of buttermilk with that next to it. Just kind of doing a, globs. I guess I could use a sponge. Let's get a sponge out. Let's do that. I think that would be better. So I've got this big sponge that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I've just been cutting off pieces. And I'm just going to cut off a piece, and I'm going to get it wet. I'm going to get it wet. I caught myself the other day sending a text message via my car, and it played back to me, and it said, gonna, you know, gonna. So really, I'm doing a background like here, and I just want to make sure there's some variation in the background. I'm going to put some orange over here in the pink and some pink over here in the orange. Okay. And then I'm going to do a brown throughout here and bring that kind of up in. This is much better on the sponge than it is than it was with the brush. Much better. I got a little darkness that I want to bring up into it because I'm going to stencil over top of this with just black of the horse, and I want this to be the parts of the horse. See, the color to be the part of the horse. All right, so let's do some of this there, and then we'll do some more dark down here. And I'm going to take my horse stencil. This is what it looks like. Okay, and I'm going to put it kind of just, I'm laying it on top of there, but I wanted to get a good idea where it's going to be. It's not dry, and it just got all over my stencil. It's okay. I'm okay with that. It's all right. It wipes off. I want to do more of the brown up higher because of the ears. There we go. And then I want to put a little pink along this edge here. Going to bring it all over. It's kind of getting muddled now because it already has this brown and tan in it. But it's okay. I think it's all right. I'm just going to use the orange over here. And I'm going to get those colors together for down here to match the top. Need a little bit more of that orange and that pink. Light pink. Because my words are going to be down here, so I want it to be not necessarily the color of the horse. So I hope everybody's doing okay. Lisa, it looked like you had, I don't know if Lisa's on here or not, but it looked like you had really good weather to be outside painting and stuff, and now there's a fire somewhere. That's not great, is it? And I like where the white has come through a little bit. And we will maybe take some of that off. Some white. I'm just going to go down here and take off some of this paint. This is a very thin board. It's about 1/8 of an inch. So it's making so much noise and driving me crazy right now. But it's okay. All right. So I'm going to put this about like that. Okay, perfect. And I'm going to put this over here, and I'm going to clean this off real quick. Make sure that it doesn't put color other places. So we're just going to clean this off. I have to be careful when I'm cleaning because it has these little bridges that are really quite what do I want to say? I don't know what I want to say. Who was after Jeannie? Please, I've got to do it. I've got to say all the things that I saw today. I watched everybody. Hey, Sharon Wilson, you're new and from West Yorkshire, right? England. Awesome. Thank you for being here. It's kind of early. Is it early in the morning or late at night? I think it might be really early in the morning. 9-hour difference. Okay. All right, let's dry this. Thank you for being here, Sharon. Appreciate that a lot. Okay, now I have another color that I haven't used yet, and we're going to use it. I just don't know exactly when. Kind of flying by the seat of my pants. Okay, hi Barbara. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Barbara, for saying my shirt was great. And thank you for saying hi to Sharon. And Rochelle, hello. We have front door open today, but it's starting to cool off. Well, good for you up there in BC. It's 67 right now in my house, but it's been very cloudy. I think there's some kind of storm coming in. So my horse is going to be a little abstract, if you can't tell. The background is just for the area around a horse head. And then this part right here in the middle that has the brown and the tan is where the horse is going to be. And I might have to add some more brown and tan a little bit later. We'll see how far I can get on after I stencil it. And then if I need to stencil it again, I can. But I love the texture. Can you guys see? Can you guys tell the texture? It is way cool. Let's see, this way maybe. It has way cool texture. Just awesome. Okay, it's not all the way dry, but I really want to see if I might need to do a little bit of brown right here. Do a little bit of brown right here. And a little bit up on the ears. A little bit more. I didn't get far enough up on the ears. Okay. That's going to be good. All right, we'll dry that some more. You have lots of suns today and lots of snow on the ground. Oh, okay. Well, you know me, I don't have any snow. But we had some in the mountains. Kentucky had 62 and sunshine today. Oh, it's so good when everybody is getting better out of that. There, Barbara's saying hi to Rochelle. She hasn't seen her forever either. Rochelle comes on every once in a while. So glad she came on today. Such a positive person. This texture is so cool. I'm just loving it. All right, I'm going to put that down. I think I've done it. Now, on this stencil, I am not going to use this. This is supposed to be for a unicorn horn. I'm not making a unicorn today. And this is a bow for a horse. But I'm using a regular horse's. I spilled my antique wax, and I just realized I had some on that. Great. On that heater, on that heat tool. All right, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so we're going to go right there. It's not straight up and down. It's okay. This is my choice. I'm going to get some, let's see, I want to put those over here. I'm going to put one in the garbage. The other one I'll use in a minute. So I want to put some black on here now. And I'm using ink from Waverly chalk paint in the color ink. And I'm going to use a 3/4 size stencil brush. And I want that because it is big, but there are some really things that I need to be careful about on the bridges. And sometimes a bigger brush does a better job than the little brushes. So I'm putting on my paint and I'm unloading it on my coffee filter, okay? And I'm going to turn it around so you can see what I'm doing here. And I'm circulating motion even when there's a little bridge. And I want to just be really careful with that because the bridges are very delicate. That's what I wanted a few minutes ago. So let's see. After Jeannie, I'm still racking my brain about that. And then I think Michelle was after that. Michelle's Pretty Pieces by Michelle. She was next. And she did a cigar box, which was great. It was a piece of rice paper. You know, it was the person that I'm not thinking of as someone that I don't watch very often. And was it Christina? who did the bling on the buffalo check with the horse in between the buffalo checks. I'm not sure if it was Christina or something like that. And then after Michelle was Julie. And Julie did a piece of rice paper on a cutting board that her husband cut for her, which was great. I would love those kind of cutting boards. And anyway, so there's our horse. Okay, now it looks pretty good. I've done a lot of, I've gone over those pretty well. I don't have a lot of places that I didn't get to. So let's take that up and give that a check. Check that horse out. Wow. She's beautiful. Didn't she turn out great? And all the browns are right. They're in the right places. Okay. I'll leave that alone. Let me Now, a lot of you see me closing my bridges after I do that. I do that on words. I am not going to do it on the horse, even though you can see the ears probably could have, but it's not showable. You know, it doesn't show up that much. So I'm not going to do that. I will on the parts that I use for the other ones. I am going to get out a small pouncer brush, and I want the small one. Is there a small one in here? I'm not looking, I'm just picking out. Yep, there's a small one. Okay, here's a small one that I've used. I usually don't use them over again. I'm gonna use this one and throw it away. I usually just go buy new ones. I don't use pouncers very much. I use makeup sponges, but these are for polka dots. But I want to put some of this purple on here, and I want to make a difference in where this brown is. I don't think I need that much brown around there, so I'm just going to add a little bit around the horse. And I really don't want little pouncing balls, you know, whatever. And we will also add some of this orange with it to maybe blend it in a little bit more up here at the top. Get that other this thing that I was using. Just want to bring in some of that darker red. Give it a little bit of dimension or difference. I need to stick with this sponge because that pouncer just did a different type of style. I do not like it. And I'm doing this because I didn't want all of that brown just to be sitting out there, because I wanted the brown to be mostly the mostly the horse. I'm just going to bring some around here. A little more purple in it, pink and orange. Kind of outline the horse a bit. I think that's good. That's good. I like that. I'm going to add just a little bit more of the orange and the pink. Those are the colors I like on here. And I'm going to use the other edge and kind of get that because that red is so overpowering on that. All right. I'm liking that. Oh, I'm liking that. Okay. See how much time I've used just for a background. Just for a background. Okay. I like it very light. I like that. Okay. So there we have our horse outlined. She's pretty. She is pretty. Thank you, Tanya. I love the stencil too. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Julie. All right. Now, the words I'm going to do is down at the bottom. I'm going to start right underneath the horse's snout. And I'm putting life is, and then I'll put better over here, or underneath, better on the farm. And it might be better in the wild, but we don't know. So I'm just going to do life is. Okay. Before I move my stencil and put it somewhere else, I need to make sure that's dry. And I know it's backwards to you. I'm sorry about that. Really don't have room for this. Okay. We'll put the bead. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to put life is better. I'm not going to put on the farm. Or we could put life on the farm. Let's do that. Let's put life is on the farm. There we go. We're good doing that. We're just going to leave out better. Just better won't work. Not enough space. Okay. All right. So life is better on the farm. Life is on the farm. Guess we could have put life on the farm and did not do is. It's just paint, so I could take it off of there. In fact, I'm going to. I'm not happy with it because I have 30 more minutes. I have 30 more minutes and I'm almost done. So let's do a little bit of pouncing. I'll do some white on top of it first. Some buttermilk, light buttermilk. Not get it too close to the horses part. And then we can bring it in with some that red or that maroonish and some pink. And then just put life on the farm. Works. I didn't think about that too much. I need to have so let me look at the rest of the stencil. It comes with some fun things. I thought about doing the glasses. So you put the glasses right here. So the horse is wearing glasses, but not really. I'm not liking that. We could do flowers on the top of her, over her ears. Kind of want something to go down here. There's some barbed wire. And then, of course, she has on there, she had what did she have? A bow. Didn't she have a bow? And this is the cow and the tag. The cows. None of that cow. Not liking much of that. Oh no, that's supposed to be a head bandana. I don't like that at all. So we could use, I have the transfers just like Grace. Grace used transfers tonight. And I could have done the big horse. I don't need to do the big horse though. But I'm thinking I got bales of hay and water troughs. That sounds like that's a work doer, a doable thing right there. And this is nice and dry. Get my paint out of my way because I've had some issues already with paint today. So see, we could do the big one on here, but I wanted to do the stencil. It's, I don't know, it's just me, I guess. But down here, there are some flowers, like on some grass. That could be added. Could add that down here to the farm. And up here is some more flowers and bales of hay and a water trough. This is a big water trough right here. I think Julie might, or not Julie, but Grace might have had a different set than I have of things. So you can overlay transfers on top of transfers. I think I'm going to start with this one over here in this corner. And I need to be a quarter up because that side is going to be covered with the frame. So I'm just taking some of these transfers that would add a little bit different color to it. And okay, I'm going to put this water trough. I'm going to wait and put this one first because water trough doesn't have any ground underneath it. So I want to have ground underneath it. So I'm the caboose tonight. There have been so many people do a bunch of different things. Lisa Mary went crazy with beautiful bling on hers. It was awesome. And I mean crazy in the best way. Well, this wants to move before I'm ready to move it. I want you to be down. I don't want you to come apart. Made a hole. That's all right. Maybe just I can just put the bale of hay. Let's put that there. I have another piece of grass and flowers that I could put there. So it's like a hill. We're on a hill of some sort, I guess. Let's do a... Hi, Linda. So you want the flowers here, Jeannie? You want flowers on her neck? Like up here? Or around here? Is that what you're telling me? Thank you, Rochelle. Yeah, she is good. Hi, Lydia. Could you put the flowers low on her neck so they go in your empty spot, in that empty spot right there? Yeah, I think I could. I think I'm going to not do a stencil, though. I'll just do a transfer. I'll just get some other flowers out because I'm really not into stenciling flowers tonight. I just wanted to do one color. Thank you, Lisa. That would be pretty. Let's do that. I'm trying to get this little piece down here done. All right. Okay, so down there I have the little hay and all of that stuff. But let's get some flowers out. Let's see, I had my flowers out. Let's get some. Let's make a swag for her on around her neck. Great idea. Thank you, my friend. I mean, I have these. These are some of my favorite flowers. They could go on her neck. I have brighter ones. You could do brighter ones that go with the colors of the thing. They're a little bit big. Let me see here. If I cut this in half, and we could have, yeah, let's see what that's going to look like. Use some hydrangeas around her neck. And I'll fill in. I've got a whole bunch of hydrangeas, so we can fill in with smaller ones or bigger ones or whatever. I'm afraid of getting too big. Is this what you were thinking, Jeannie? A bird? Hi, Donna. Yes, you almost did. Um, we're flying by the seat of my pants today, and people are giving me ideas. And we're trying something new. We want to bring some of the color in that we used for the background. And I've got lots of these colors that could go. I think we're just going to do this. And, oh, I don't want that stem right there. And we're going to do this one and just kind of fill that in right here. I don't know about a bird, but yeah, I got into my painting just a bit. I had almost a disaster. I knocked off my antique wax bottle full, it's not full, which is good. So that was an almost disaster. And I knocked it off and it went on my glue gun. I won't be able to use my glue gun again. But I just was given a new one from my friend across the street. So I have one to use. So I'm going to be all right. It went down into my glue gun with the glue. There is no way that that's going to work again. And then I've noticed it went on my heat tool too, so that's not a good thing. I'm loving this. Is that going to be all right? Is that going to look cute? Looks like she won the Derby, you guys. Let's get a couple more out. Go down here to the hydrangeas. I have plenty. Kind of want the little ones. Here's a good little one. There's another little one. Should have a pink little one. Do I have a pink? There's a pink little one we can use. We just use not the stem part. All right, let's do those three. I think that'll be good. I need to put them back because they're in order. And I got some bunnies out, which wasn't a very good thing. I put the bunny underneath where it's supposed to be. Okay. All right, let's look. I think this one can really fill in pretty good over here. Because you can put stencils on top of, or transfers on top of transfers. There's not a problem about that. Sometimes you have to rub a little bit harder for them to stick, but most of the time it works really good. It's just I want it to be a little bit fuller. Do I want another one up here? What if we put that right there by her ear? That works, I think. So Donna, I used a sponge. That's why I have paint all over my fingernails. But I'm getting my nails done Thursday morning, so it'll be good. They'll be all right until then. They're getting a little long on me. All right. And we've got one more that we could put there. I just think it needs to have just a little more right there. Kind of had a hole there. Okay, what do you think? She's cute. She's so dang cute. I love it. Okay, I will spray her with some Rust-Oleum 2 times. And we can put our frame on her so we see where she is. Now this frame, this outfit that I got right here, this frame and piece of plywood, which really is what it is, piece of plywood that I just painted on. Is from Craft Deals. Okay, I don't have a code. I know some of my friends do, so if you know somebody that has a code, you can use it on at craftdeals.com. Z deals is Z. Okay, come on. Doesn't want to go on. There we go. It's like it's a little bit tight, which is good. We want it to be tight. Now I could glue it in, or I can just, so you could use this on your bar in your great room or whatever, and you have a horse on one side. And I think my L in life I'm going to have to move it over a bit. I think farm you can read all right, but life I can't read very good. And then I have the whole back to do a cow. So I'm going to have to fix this because the L got too close to the edge. So I would just take my L on life and just add to it this way because it's still going to work all right. Let me get my black. It's still going to work all right. It's just going to be closer to the eye, but at least you'll see it. So it's a bigger L. So we want to see life on the farm. There we go. So that worked. So now you see the L. Not great, but better. Okay. And that's my horse for the event. Even have room to put something up here, but I'm not going to. You need some space where nothing is, Okay. I think that works. Well, you guys, I'm last, so the event is over now. I'm so happy that you joined us and that I hope you enjoyed your time. Thank you, Cheryl. Hi. And yeah, it turned out really good. Thank you for your idea, Jeannie, my favorite friend, one of my favorite friends. And I love you. Make sure you find somebody to serve tonight or tomorrow, whichever. And it'll make your heart happy and theirs as well. And remember, service, it doesn't have to be a big thing. You know, it doesn't have to be a big thing. You can just say something, notice someone. Hey, Lisa, you're welcome. You just need to know, maybe they just need to be noticed. And I posted a thing on the other day on my book face on my page. That's how you do. You take care of people, and that's how we live in this country of ours. Hey, thanks, Donna. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm on tomorrow. Bye-bye.